Hi guys, my name is Jefferson Liam Hardiga and today I will present to you my GPE4 board game. So let's get into it.
But first, let's do a quick warm up and a stretching so that we can strain our hands and our neck. The first game is chess. Me versus my GF. Did you know that the history of chess can be traced back nearly 1,500 years to its earliest known predecessor, called Chaturanga? In India, its prehistory is the subject of speculation. From India, it spread to Persia, following the Arab invasion and conquest of Persia. Chess was taken up by the Muslim world and subsequently spread to southern Europe. The game evolved roughly into its current form by about 1500 CE. The basic rules of chess. The king may move one square in any direction so long as no piece is blocking his path. The queen may move any number of squares straight or diagonally in any direction. The rook may move in a straight line any number of squares horizontally or vertically. The bishop may move any number of squares diagonally. Each bishop can only move the same color of squares. The knight can jump to any square in L shape. This is the only piece that can jump over a piece in its way. The pawn on its first move may move either one or two squares straight forward. After its first move, the pawn may only advance one square at a time. There are also other rules like en passant. Pawn capture arises when the opponent's pawn has just moved from its starting position two squares ahead and our pawn is next to it. Check. A king is in check when it's attacked by the opponent's piece. The king can never be captured. And there is checkmate. If the king cannot escape from the check, the position is checkmate and the game is over. And then I lost the game from a newbie. Our next game is checkers. The history of checkers comes from an Arabic game called kirkat or al-kir, with a similar play to modern checkers, was played on a 5x5 board. It is mentioned in the 10th century work Kitab al-Haghani. Al-Kirk was also the name for the game that is now called Nine Men's Morris. Al-Kirk was brought to Spain by the Moors, where it is became known as Al-Kirke, the Spanish derivation of the Arabic name. The rules are given in the 13th century book Libro de los Giogos in the about 1100s, probably in the South France. The game Al-Kirke was adapted using backgammon pieces on a chessboard. Each piece was called the first, the same name as the chess queen, as the move of the two pieces was the same at the time. Standard checkers rules. The objective of the game is to be the last player standing. Each player begins with 12 pieces placed on the game board as shown. The board consists of 64 squares, alternating between 32 black and 32 red squares. Position it so each player has a red square on the closest right side corner. How to play? Black moves first, then players alternate moves. Moves are allowed only to the black squares. Pieces move only diagonally forward toward the opponent. However, King Seal C can move also backwards. A piece may only move one square unless it's making a jump. And then I lost again. The next game is Scrabble. Me versus Mr. Braille. Originally called Criss-Cross, the game, which was based on a crossword puzzle and anagrams, was developed by Alfred M. Butts, an architect in 1931. It was redesigned, renamed as Scrabble, and marketed by James Brunot in 1948. It was first sold in Great Britain in 1954. The Scrabble game has a lot set of rules. The Scrabble board, the Scrabble tiles, as you can see in the picture. Tile values below are the point values for each letter that is used in the Scrabble game. 0.01, 2, and to 10. Letters A to Z. Extra point values, double letter scores, triple letter score, double word score, triple word score, one single use. At the starting game, the first word score. There is also the replacing Scrabble tiles, the 50-point bonus, and there are also rules and regulations for the end of the Scrabble game, which is collecting the scores. Tallying Scrabble scores and accepted Scrabble words is also rules in this game. That's a lot of rules. So Mr. Braille did surrender 107 to 69.
So, the implication of involvement in these games as a PE student. These board games will help me to enhance my thinking capabilities while working or doing physical sports in PE such as basketball. It helps me analyze what to do in a fast-paced situation and also helps me enhancing my memory as a human being. So involvement in these games as a PE student helps me a lot. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Peace out.